This is the Happy Dragons Press demonstration of how we go about printing a very small job, and this is it. It's a little slip to be inserted in some of the books we publish. Now, assuming you've managed to get the type out of the composing stick without dropping it all over the place and making a printer's pie, the next stage is to impose the job to make a complete form, that's form with an E on the end, ready for printing. This is the chase that belongs with the press. So that would be true whether I was working on an Adana, which has its own size chase, or in this case a Harold, for which this is one of the original manufacturer's chases. Now I'm going to impose it with furniture, these pieces of wood, which are used to pack out the rest of the space in the form, and these clamps, coins, cornerstone coins, these are cornerstone nano margin coins, the very best, and will lock the whole thing up solid so not a single letter can fall out, providing I've set the type well and it's justified nicely and they all line up at the ends. But just in case I haven't, I have a small trick. This is our homemade rubber side sticks, and we put one piece at either end with the rough side to the type and the smooth side outwards, and that'll compress on the lock-up and will take up any bad imposition that I've done. I'm now packing the thing out to a slightly larger size with some spacing material, some furniture as we call it, and we keep on doing this until the job starts to fill the chase. And it needs to be more or less central, except in some special cases of printing blocks you'll want to move it somewhat off-centre to one side to help with the inking of perhaps a solid. A little bit more furniture here. I'm getting quite near to wanting to put my coins in. One will go on this side, and because this is a relatively small form of quite delicate type, and I don't want the rollers to have any tendency to skid as they go over the type, I'll persuade them to rotate better by putting a piece of type-high wood, a wooden rule that normally would just print a thick black line, but I'll put it over to one side, and it's outside the margin of the job by a long way, and it'll just drive the rollers a bit more positively than the basic system of the machine itself. A bit more furniture, I think. We'll start to pack the thing out to fill the whole chase, and we'll do some locking up in a moment. Another one of these perhaps on that side. I can push it over a bit, and one does normally lock to one corner, and in my case, because I'm right-handed and I'm going to work the machine that way, I want to lock to the bottom right corner. So coins here and coins here, but not all round unless you're doing type register colour work, which then becomes a different story. I have the problem, of course, of not knowing how much my viewers know about printing, where I should pitch what I say to absolute beginners or somebody who's retired from 45 years in the trade. It's a little bit difficult to know just where to pitch it, but let's hope that I'm getting it somewhere near right. There we go, nearly right. Perhaps a thin one in there, a 6-point clump. Yes, I like that. And here we want about an 18, so a 12 and a 6. Here we go. Yes, and I like that. Now this needs to be patted down a bit, and indeed quite a firm tap on a very smooth block of wood, which must have any dust on it. Not a hard bang, just a bouncy tap, and it vibrates down every character so they're all sitting true or flat on a plain surface. And this, of course, is only fiberboard, MDF, and in practice I'll be using my own proper imposing surface, which is cast iron and engineered true, or sometimes one can use a piece of quarter plate glass. Here we go, lock down first of all. There we go, you can actually see the type move as the coins come under pressure, and then you lock in from the ends, and this stops the full stops at the ends of the lines falling about the place. And my little, you can see them here and here, my rubber side sticks doing their job. And lift, does it lift all right? Does the type push through at all? No, it's all firm, it's clamped up as a solid block. There we go. Now then, we can put it in the press. Move it to the machine room, as you might say.